Here are 5 methods to punch like Fabio Wardley. Welcome to Boxing Science. This is a video we had to do following Fabio Wardley's emphatic first round knockout in his British and Commonwealth heavyweight title fight. It was an unbelievable performance, but people are really asking me how to punch like Fabio Wardley. In this video, we're going to be sharing 5 methods, with the 5th one potentially the most surprising, probably one of the most important as well. So make sure you stay tuned for these 5 methods to try and punch like Fabio Wardley. The first exercise is trap bar deadlifts. So this is probably one of Fabio's most favourite exercises to do, and we make sure that with heavy weights, pound for pound, they're not actually as strong as lighter fighters. So we really need to work on their maximum strength, pound for pound, to be able to transfer that into high force actions. So it's really vital for heavyweights to work on their maximum strength. With trap bar deadlifts, because we're working with a taller athlete in Fabio Wardley, he's standing at 6'5", we do this from the blocks. We also do it with velocity-based feedback, so we use the GymAware to plot a load velocity profile to make sure that we're working at the right weight loads at the right speed, but then also making sure that each lift is performed with intent. This is a perfect way to improve rate of force development, which is vital for delivering fast and hard punches. So let's take a look at Fabio doing these trap bar deadlifts. Strong. 4'9". 4'9". Yeah, lovely. 5'2", we got there. Explode. Yes, love it. 5'7". 4'3", one more. 5'3". Yes, strong man. 5'6". Oh! 4'4", one more. Yeah, good. 4'5". The second exercise are trap bar jumps. The trap bar jump is a fantastic strength speed exercise that can really transfer them gains in maximum strength into faster, more explosive actions. This is really optimizing momentum produced during a strength speed lift. Fabio needs to be able to move a lot of mass in a very short amount of time. He's currently sitting around about 110 kilograms. He's 6'5". He's got to move that mass and be under control of that mass in very sharp actions. Traditional strength and conditioning plans really focus on Olympic lifting. However, due to Fabio being a taller athlete and also movement restrictions due to the sport, is not really going to be able to maximize the amount of load that's lifted during Olympic lifting, doing a clean pull, doing a clean. So with these movements being quite restricted, however, with trap bar jumps, we can really load these up with Fabio. We use between 90 and 110 kilos in the peak phase of his strength speed phase, and we start taking that load down as we get towards the fight, as we transfer from strength speed to speed strength. So in the peak parts of his training camp, he's working between 90 and 110 kilos, and towards fight day, his last session with myself, is jumping with 45 kilograms. We use that output sports device during each session to make sure he's maximizing the intent to optimize the amount of momentum that's produced during these jumps. And also we do a loaded jump profile. With this loaded jump profile, we can really say the exact numbers that Fabio should be working on in different phases. That's why we peak at 110 kilos and then bring it down to speed strength values at 45 kilos. Dip and drive. Good. 31.7. Keep chest up, shoulders back. Yeah, good. Good. Few minutes rest and then we go again. 32.1. Yes. 32.6. Exercise number 3 are punch specific exercises. Fabio has a tremendous amount of power. He's got this genetically. He came into the program, he was already jumping 49 centimeters when he first joined the program. So he had that ability to produce a lot of force in a very short amount of time. What was really important, especially with his lack of background in amateur boxing and his improving his technique fight by fight, is to learn how to produce that force through the kinetic chain, through punch specific action. That's why we've used a range of different exercises, focusing on how he transfers that power in a punch specific action. We use heavy loaded exercises because with Most of our athletes are working on either 5 or 10 kilo landmine punches, or with a medicine ball working quite light, 3 to 5 kilos. We need to make sure that we optimize momentum because, like I said, a big, strong heavyweight, we've got to move a lot of mass very quickly. So the last thing that we want to do is go too light with this. So our punch-specific exercises, landmine punches, but with landmine punches with bands, looking to try and optimize this rotation coming from his trunk and his lower body. So using the heavy band on this to really optimize that trunk rotation, which is going to be vital in delivering that fast and hard punch. We use a range of different landmine punch throw actions, 10, 20 kilos, maybe even 30 kilos on the bar, often a little bit of a challenge for me to catch as well. And then with his medicine ball punch throws, we've actually gone quite heavy with these. We've gone up to like 10 kilos to be able to challenge his speed strength. Done a range of different things with this, whether it's a dipping down body shot to utilize his legs and his torso more during the med ball punch throw, and also doing the infamous Deontay Wilder slash baseball shot throw, where he's literally driving as much force as he can into that med ball punch throw. And this is really going to optimize that rotational power and kinetic chain sequencing. Also a really important exercise to do are punch iso holds. You can do this up against the wall and give some feedback. So in this clip here, Fabio's actually pushing against a dynamometer and getting some feedback on the amount of force that he's been able to produce during that punch specific action. And then also doing it with myself as the coach, or Phil, who's the strength conditioning coach that does most of the delivery of the boxing science program, where we're actually catching the punch there. And this is a really hard challenge. Look to try and do as we get closer to the fight. And this is really important for Fabio and for heavyweight boxers, because they're having to deal with a high amount of impact force when landing, because of the amount of force that they're producing, they're hitting the opponent. Obviously it's going to be a heavier opponent, so then the amount of impact force there is going to be really challenging for that upper limb. So these punch iso holds are really effective on improving that stiffening, that effective mass at the end range of the punch, which will help protect the wrists, the elbows, all the upper limb, and also getting the core and glutes all firing to help try and support that upper limb upon impact. This is particularly important for Fabio, being a fast and explosive athlete, to have that stiffness upon the impact. So then he's transferring all that energy, and there's no energy or force that's dispersed when he's coming into contact with his opponent. So these punch iso holds are important for all boxers, but particularly important for heavyweights such as Fabio Wardley. The fourth method is improving rotational strength. Like we said about Fabio, he was explosive, especially through the lower body, scoring jumps of 49 centimeters when he first started the boxing science program. Now that is actually 54 centimeters at 10 kilos heavier, which is unbelievable. But what we need to do is transfer that force from the lower body through to the fist. And what's really important in transferring that momentum is rotational strength, and doing this heavy duty as well. So making sure that we are exposing the core musculature to high amounts of force. So in his rotational strength work, we work on max effort pull-off presses, whether that's up against the wall or using the cable. Using the cable in a pull-off press form and attaching that to the valve dynamometer will give us feedback on the amount of kilos that Fabio's producing, whilst also the speed of that as well. So Fabio is having to produce a lot of force in a very short amount of time in a rotational fashion. And this is what's going to be able to transfer this force through the core into powerful rotations. And you can see this in his boxing as well. The punches that he landed in his last fight against Fraser Clark, in his fight against David Adelaide, he's got pure rotational strength, and you can see the need for that rotational strength and rotational power work as well. So let's take a look at some pull-off press action, whilst also looking at some of the rotational power work that we do using some heavy medicine balls. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, good. 44.3. Go. 3, 2, 1, good. 45.9. Basically catch it, overloading that eccentric there. Rotate all the way through. Yes, love it. Jab it in. Yes. Love it. Drop it in. 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. 60.6. The fifth, and probably the most important method, is the airbag sprints. Now, this doesn't necessarily transfer through to punching power. Well, we haven't really seen much data or done much data about that. Maybe we should. The reason why this is so important is because it transfers into his power endurance, his burst. Most of his knockouts haven't come from one punches. It's come from a burst of energy, 10, 15, maybe even 20 seconds, high intensity bursts. This is really important for him. One, to maintain that pressure, to maintain that power, to be able to get his opponent out there. But also, if his opponent doesn't get out of there and he has to reset and go again, he needs to be able to have that power endurance to bring his lactate levels down to then re-go again. So this is particularly important during the Nathan Gorman fight, where he knocked Nathan Gorman out down twice in a 1-minute assault, and then it was the end of the round, and then he had to go again. Also, he hurt Fraser numerous times in the 12-round war that he had back in March 2024. He still was able to keep going through the last stages of the fight and go to 12 rounds, which ended in the draw. It's really important that he has that ability to produce high forces and high power outputs on the airbag and have that ability to endure them. And he's improved this so much across the past 4 years. Repeated sprint ability, his power endurance has all gone up 30, 40, 50%, and is now hitting on the airbike a massive 2,506 watts. He hit that on the Assault Bike Elite, which is a little bit more sturdy, able to hit higher numbers on there, and it's got high frequency in terms of feedback. We also hit it on Fight Week on a normal assault bike, which is unbelievable. That's the highest that I've seen pound for pound, not only by him being a heavyweight, but pound for pound is the best that I've seen. So Fabio's the king of the assault bike. Just shows the amount of power and speed that he actually has. And this really transfers into them 10, 15, 20-second assaults on his opponents. So let's take a look at some of the work that we've done with Fabio. 2, 1, let's go, 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 Fabio, drive, 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 drive. 224. 2024. Go, 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 keep it up. 13, 15. Come on, all the way through. Go, 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 go. 3, 2, 1014. Let's go, 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 go. Drive, Fabio, drive, drive, drive. Max effort, max effort. Hit that 2000 again. Come on, go, go. 1586. $869. On the seat, on the seat, on the seat. And time. 5:17. Okay guys, so that's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Big shout out to Fabio. The work that he's been doing with Boxing Science for the last 4.5 years, it's taken a lot of commitment and dedication. The program's there for everybody to take advantage of, but it's down to Fabio's hard work and his commitment. It's a 7-hour round trip between where Fabio lives in Ipswich in the UK to Sheffield. So Fabio's made that travel so many times to come up to the Boxing Science Performance Centre for various visits. I go down to Ipswich to go and coach in, especially towards the back end of training camp. A lot of teamwork to make this program work, but it's definitely down to the commitment of Fabio to the program. Also, a big shout out to his friend and strength conditioning coach, Phil Day, that follows the program, really helps this program work. And a big shout out to his team as well. You've got Rob Hodgins, Ben Davison, Matt Brennan, Ed Jones, and also Lee Rickards doing his nutrition. Big team effort, especially gone into this camp, and makes it all work for Fabio. And if you are wanting to find out more about our remote programs and testing services, you can inquire at Danny Wilson at boxingscience.co.uk, and also check the link in the description for more information about our programs, including the Train Like a Champion membership. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully see you on the next video.